I'm kind of fascinated this day and age with video on demand movies. You know, the kind of things that just appear, and more often than not is scattershot. You don't know what you're getting. Most of the time you're going to hit something that's pretty rubbish. Every now and again you're going to hit a diamond in the rough. If you're lucky, it may take quite a few hits before you get there, but you might find something that really just suits your tastes. A movie that is unexpected but really well done. You know, I found that in I Trapped the Devil, where we have three characters of Steve, Matt and Karen. We have the two brothers. We kind of know through the rest of the movie that there's been a travesty in Steve's life. Matt and Karen have travelled over a good bit of distance to come and spend Christmas with him, and they get to the house and Steve's acting kind of weird. The house is kind of in darkness, there is some weird Christmas lights, and it transpires that Steve has caught the devil in a room in his basement. Or he's either that or just completely lost the plot and has trapped somebody down there. And Karen and Matt are stuck in this situation with, do they help the person? Do they help Steve? Do they call the authorities? What do they do? It could be apparent that, you know, Steve's mentally unstable at the moment and needs help. But phoning the police may cause things to escalate. If they try and help the person that's locked in the room, it could escalate again. They don't know exactly where it's going. They know he has weapons in the house. And it becomes a kind of psychological thriller. You have these three people, and that's primarily the cast, within this house with a mystery person locked inside a box who you don't know. Is it the devil? Is it just somebody random that's been stuck in there? And how's it going to play out? And the movie is really well done. And I'm kind of surprised with this because, like I said, video on demand, you never know what you're going to get. But because it's just three actors in a house, it's low budget. But there's some certain things done just to add mood around the movie. You know, there's a Christmas tree with the red and green lights, which really do give you a source for having lots of this wacky lighting throughout the movie. You know, just a tint of red here or green there. It just adds to the aesthetic, the sort of craziness of the layout of the house, how things are kind of run down in certain areas but fine in other areas, just adds to a sense of weirdness. The way that the door is all locked up in the basement with makeshift crucifixes on it is just odd. The movie has a rich sense of atmosphere that it cultivates and really brings to the fore tremendously well, just with the surroundings that it has. When you throw in these three cast members, you get a little bit of time of them just interacting, so you get a feel for their relationships and where they are in their lives at that moment. And then it starts to really turn the knife. You know, you start to see people doubting each other. First they start to wonder, well, what has Steve done here? Who does he have in this basement? Then things transpire and one of them thinks, well, maybe it's not really a person that's in there. Maybe it is something nefarious, and it starts to play a lot with these three characters and the situations that they're in, and it has lots of fun doing it. This was a movie that really had me on the edge of the seat, and I could understand somebody watching this and thinking that it was maybe slow. I like to think it's more measured. It knows exactly what it wants to do, and it gets there, and it's a short run time. You know, it doesn't overstay its welcome, doesn't try to pad it out with too much more. There is one thing that I may not have liked about the movie, and that's just personal preference. It's no fault of the movie itself. You know, when it gets to the ending, you get a definite answer about who was in the cupboard, I feel. And I would have preferred it to be more of a mystery about that, where, you know, was it the devil or was it just Steve being psychotic and finally snapped? I'd like a little bit more playful, a little bit more reason to go back and reevaluate the movie that you do. I feel that you get three tremendous performances here from all lead actors who all do a terrific job of conveying a lot with looks and glances, which I feel is a kind of lost art, but you see it in this movie when the couples are looking at each other, or just a glance from a brother to a brother. It just says so much without uttering a word. I think it's tremendous. The whole setup is really well done. The idea behind it, Steve's whole machinations as to what he has caught and how it's affected the world, I thought was really fascinating and a nice little twist in the movie. I thought this was a really good video on demand, low budget horror movie that doesn't rely on jump scares or gore or anything out of the ordinary. It just does terrific atmosphere, great acting, a nice little story, and it's just all contained in just one fantastic package. I Trapped the Devil, highly recommended from me, something worth searching out, and I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie. Just let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.